Hi, I'm Natasha from Dan's Model Works. This is not what I had planned as my next project. That project is still on, but this one has been moved up on my list of priorities. I'm doing this as a part of a school project. As my Canadian history project, I'm looking at the Cl-415 Arrow. As part of that project, I need to compare it to something similar. I thought I would either build a model of the Arrow or the Canadian plane I planned to compare it to. Well, I checked Dad's model stash and he let me down. Not only did he not have an Avro Arrow other than a half-star Otter, he didn't even have any other Canadian-built aircraft. So off to the hobby shops. We figured that we couldn't mail order anything in time, so we had to see what was in stock locally. We settled on this, the Canadair Cl-415. Now this may seem a far cry from the Avro Arrow. The idea is to compare and contrast. The Arrow was intended to be a world-beating fighter airplane, and it had been completed it would have been. Unfortunately, there was no lineup of countries who wanted to buy it. The Canadair water bomber was also intended to be a world beater, but instead was designed to be a rugged amphibian for fighting fires. It and its predecessors, the Cl-215, had been purchased by countries around the world and is one of the premier firefighting aircraft available. As I'm recording this, I have less than a month to get this built. I believe I had started this kit on the 7th of March, and we got it on Tuesday, the 6th of March. So I made good progress. I feel like it doesn't have fitting problems or anything. Usually Revell doesn't, or at least the newer kits don't. So I'm happy with that. Even though I feel a little rushed and I'm trying to get it done, I'm still enjoying it. So far, I've filled in the cockpit, so that's basically done. The yokes, the seats are in. Then there's some nice detail like the ropes and the curtain. And then the floor, I decided to paint a bluish gray. And the tanks are kind of like a beige. And then the yellow box in the corner, and then the door. It's pretty detailed, so. And then the sides, there's kind of like a bench seating thing, which has a nice pattern on it. I decided to paint the cockpit area gray, and then the rest kind of just like a light blue. I've also already added the windows, so I'll mask over them when I spray paint. I've already started putting the wings together. I'll have to sand them. I've already put the fin thing together. Also have to sand that too. I made a start on the canopy. So I painted black on the top because I put the decal on first. So afterwards, when I get to spray painting it, I'll mask the windows, and then I'll paint it the gray for the cockpit, and then prime it with white, and then do the spray paint yellow for the officialness. So I feel like I made good progress right now, considering it's only a couple days after I've got it. So I feel a bit rushed, but it's kind of fun if you have to get it done fast. So I'm just trying to enjoy it, but also get it done. The fuselage is together now, along with the wings and the tail. All the little antennae and little fins are on as well. The windows are in too. I'll have to mask those before I spray paint. I'm putting the bubble windows that go like here after I spray paint because that'd be too hard to mask. I'm going to put the canopy on soon. It's a determined tail sitter, so I had to put a lot of weight in here. It called for 30 grams, so this might be 30 grams, it might not be. But I put even more weight into where the front landing gear is going to be. So that's going to be covered up, so all you'll see is this. I'll have to repaint that, but... So, I've also done the propellers, just because... And I painted the ladders to be ready for when it's finished, and I can just put those on. I've done the landing gear. I painted them, plus the wheels. So once I'm done the weight, I can put the canopy on, mask the windows, and then spray. And so I'm going to spray paint it all white, even though it's already yellow, and then do it yellow, and then do the black stripes, because that's what it calls for. It can be really hard to put yellow on yellow sometimes, because it was molded in yellow, right? So we had to prime it first. So I used Tamiya flat white, and it's mostly covered. Some areas are a little splotchy, but now it's time to put the yellow on.
Revell, we are not impressed with your decals on this particular model.
It's really not that good. Some of the other decals are coming apart as well, or they don't fit on well.
Yeah, some alignment problems, and one decal will go on fine and the next one will shatter as you're moving it. Frustrating because they look so well printed, but something has obviously gone awry with the film.
Well, that turned out to be harder than I expected it to be. The assembly wasn't so bad. Most parts fit together okay. Most of this kit was made by Heller, but parts like the wingtips and the nacelles were made by Revell. The decals turned out to be frustrating though. It seemed every other decal would shatter when I put it into the water. And they were made by modern Revell. It was very disappointing. The time limit worried me a little, but I managed to complete it with 2 days to spare. Overall, I'm proud of how this kit turned out. This is my completed project for school. So I included my model, and this is how it's going to look for the fair thing that's going on. That's about how it's going to be laid out.